VCBRO Virginia Bigfoot Conference sponsors.
I'm sorry. Wait, was that playing for you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying I was muted and it wasn't working or something.
No, you had them muted. I wasn't muted. I don't know what.
Okay, yeah. When I play these, it automatically mutes you guys. So, all right, hold on.
The ECBRO Virginia Bigfoot Conference sponsors. Sponsored and promoted by Legit Paranormal. Welcome to our Friday night Bigfoot talk, where we discuss everything Bigfoot encrypted, research, sightings, reports, and all the above. And this is Uncensored. So sit back and relax and enjoy.
All right. Now, normally I would have taken you guys off the screen while all that was going on, but with my connection issue, I wasn't even going to mess with that. So, well, first of all, welcome, guys. We're going to go ahead and start off with some promos here, individual promos with each of you guys here. We'll get to that shortly. Everybody that's on the live chat, I see we got an audience that's been sitting by waiting. Thank you for your patience. I don't know what my issue was. I had some technical issues with my connection here, but we're here. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes smooth tonight. And then we'll be taking questions. We're going to be going over a few things, as I just mentioned, but questions are welcome. They're addressed to everybody. We'll all try to go across the board, answer. There is a couple things I was going to discuss tonight, which we may still do so, but I forgot to add. There was a couple of images I was going to add to pull up, but we'll try to get into that, even though I don't have the images available. Perhaps maybe Nikki might be able to work on her end since she's tech savvy, all that good stuff. So
you don't even know the last 2 weeks I've had. So
oh my.
No, I'm good. I'm good now.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's start with Gwendolyn. I'm going to post this up. Gwendolyn, you can feel free to talk through this if there's any information you want to share about your upcoming event in August. And I'll let you take that.
This is the first annual, this is the inaugural, I guess that it's called, the Central PA Bigfoot Encrypted Festival. Everything in the state of Pennsylvania seems to be on the west side, out towards Pittsburgh.
Yep.
So we're going to host our own out here, and we're looking for vendors and food trucks, and we have all of our speakers lined up. Daniel and Bill are both going to be here speaking at that conference, along with Michael Cook and Sean Forker and Matt Arnold. It's going to be a really good time.
Very awesome. And it's funny. I just thought of this as you were mentioning how everything's on the west side. Well, look at, you and Bill are going to be like West versus East, like Tupac versus Biggie, you know. So
We're going down, Bill.
No.
Going down.
It's going down big time.
so Crips and the Bloods, East and the West. I mean, yeah. So let's talk about the western part of the state. Bill, here we go, right here. Coming up next month, March 25th. So Bill, if you want to go ahead and talk and fill everybody in on that.
I have 6 speakers. I got about 30 vendors already, and Gwendolyn's going to be one of them.
Yes, I will be there.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have some knockers floating around for sure.
All kinds.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
But it's like it says there, March 25th. I planned it for that time of year so I wouldn't be butting heads with other ones. You know, as the spring gets going and the end of the summer, a lot of events start happening. And I just wanted to get one going up here. Like Gwendolyn, this is our inaugural one, you know, and it actually took off big time. And I'm so thankful Gwendolyn's coming. Dan's coming up to celebrate his birthday up here. Even.
Whoop, whoop.
So we're going to have strippers there for him. Male strippers.
Mhm.
Wait a minute, I'm coming up. Oh, male strippers, no.
Sorry, Dan, I didn't say that.
I was just about to say I was about to come up early, but then you said male strippers. I was like,
But no, seriously, we're going to have these 6 speakers. We got Jamie and Jenny King, Brian and Terry Seach, Ed Kellerman, Mike Ballman from In Search of the Red Eye. We got Dan Hagman. We got Jimmy Krug. Jimmy Krug runs the Altoona Planetarium. That's the word for it. My mind went blank. Very, very intelligent young man. And he's going to bring it on about the UFOs and the planets and, you know, and everything like that. I enjoy listening to him. I really do. That kid puts on one hell of a presentation. Jamie and Jenny King's putting on this one presentation. He gave me little tidbits about what he's doing. And it's totally different than when he ever spoke before. He's tying a lot of this stuff together with it. And I'm excited to hear him. Brian and Terry's going to bring up about the dogman phenomenon, especially around the Mercer County area where we're at having this event. Because we had the dog boy thing here years ago. And Ed Kelman about the ghost. Dan Hagman about the aliens. Of course, Mike about Bigfoot. You know, and my Agents of the Unexplained group has really come together on this here to do this, and it just totally blew up. We got people coming down from Canada to the show, couple from Kentucky, New Jersey. We got them coming from all over the place.
Absolutely.
Not just this Western and Eastern Ohio. They're coming from everywhere. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Your location. I believe it's in a really great spot because you're right there on the Ohio line,
right?
And a lot of Ohio Bigfooters are, you know, so you may see an audience from Ohio alone, you know. So
not just Ohio, but PA. You know, we got a lot of Bigfooters and a lot of paranormal people coming.
Right.
You know, like I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I kind of got in with the ghost chick. That's her name. Angel, ghost chick Angel. She has her own little group. I've been help promoting her. I went on an investigation with her. I brought her up to Hermitage here to this girl's place, and she actually helped them very well. Well, during the promotions and that, and I've been, help promoting her. The Butler VA got a hold of her. They're tearing down the old part of the Butler VA hospital. They're going to be documenting this as we go in and do a research in there. And the upper echelons of the Butler VA is actually allowing this so they can get documentation. And we're going in next weekend and doing this. And that's going to be weird. Because we're going to be doing the morgue there, and the pharmacy is supposed to have some hauntings in it. And we're going to see what the heck's going on. It's just going to be crazy. And then we're going to be doing paranormal Punxsutawney. Well, come on. It's got a lot of weird stuff happening in Punxsy. Look, they got Bill. that rodent. But the worst part is they got Thunderbird, Bigfoot, Dogman, and all kind of paranormal crap going on. It's not just ghosts in that Punxsutawney Phil. They got Thunderbirds been sighted. The Dogman. When I did their inaugural Jefferson County Bigfoot Paranormal Expo, they had these young men come up and they were telling me about the Dogman they saw. And it was only a short way up the road. And they were supposed to get this other kid to come back and tell me more because he saw more of it than they did. And he never got back to me. I wanted to finish that report out because I don't know much about Dogman, and I'm starting to study it more and more. And I don't know if I want to or stick with just Bigfoot.
Yeah, we can get into a little bit of that here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, I see Nikki's being fancy. She got a green screen set up with her logo and her show in the background. So, well, I didn't know if I should just leave that alone or pull this one up. So, so Nikki,
that one's the updated one right there. It's got my Tuesday, Friday morning show on there too. But
oh, okay. You want to go ahead and talk about that for a little bit?
Well, sure. I have a regular Sunday show, my 5 p.m. Hairy Man Hoaxes and Hoodwinks, which we generally cover the Bigfoot topic, of course, and like to do a lot of fun stuff on there and examine photos and videos and talk about the hoaxes. And maybe it's not a hoax, maybe it's just misidentification. Maybe it's we go through it all. And I've got a lot of fun little segments I do. So that's my regular Sunday show. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, I do a Hairy Man Hijinks in the morning show with Mr. Enzo Surreal, who is in the chat currently, causing issues, I think. I don't know what he's doing.
He's looking for Ghost Phil.
Yeah. And we have a blast talking about everything under the sun. And it's been a real fun experience, and it's growing. It's definitely growing.
Very awesome.
I also, sent you a little share screen down below if you see it.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Where would I see that on here? Because I'm on my phone, so it may not show up.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Well, then let's not worry about doing that and I'll just explain because that'll take too much. I don't want you to lose your.
Well, let me check something. Yeah, I've had people do that before, and I've been able to share and pull things up from screen shares from others. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what.
You don't see it?
No, I'm not seeing it anywhere. Because I got my menu bar across the bottom here, and yeah, I don't see nothing, no notifications or nothing. So, wait, let me.
Well, it's on It's on StreamYard.
Okay.
I did a screen share on your StreamYard, not through your phone.
Let's see. I'm afraid to try to go find it and pull it up because I don't want to.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to get rid of it.
Okay.
And I'll just tell you, I'm also the point of contact for the Mount St. Helens Sasquatch Shindig, which is going to be held July 26th through the 30th at Mount St. Helens. And it's going to be a joint alliance Bigfoot adventure between Canada and the U.S. We're going to get together and for exploration, fellowship, and food because we've
Nice.
got food.
Bigfoot Barbecue. Jay Birch is our host, and Michael Gallagher out of Canada is going to be coming down and helping out with that. We've got some great names attending. Thomas Steenberg, one of the foremost Bigfoot researchers in North America by far, will be there, along with Leon Thompson, Jerry Matthews from the Buckwas crew, Bill Reed, and we've got the tall ones, Grasshopper. I think he's in the chat right now.
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah.
A whole array of people are going to be there, and it's just going to be a blast to get to. Some will say shake the hands, but I'm going to give everybody a personal hug, so be prepared.
Okay. And when is this taking place again?
July 26th through the 30th.
Okay.
Base of Mount St. Helens.
Awesome. Well, that gives you plenty of time to book my plane ticket to come out there. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Make it three. Make it three. Yeah.
It's definitely open invitation. You just have to let me know. Of course, it is a completely dry camp situation, so you have to bring your own water, food, transportation, and gear. Nothing is provided. It's just us getting together and camping. So.
Yeah, that's basically like how it is in my camp area. Gwendolyn knows, she's been there, so yeah, it's primitive. I mean, there is bathrooms there, but they're not regular plumbing. They're regular, basically Johnny houses that are built on site, in the national forest there. So,
Tell Nikki I said hello.
oh, did you hear that, Nikki?
I heard. Is that your dad?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love your dad. Hello, I miss you.
Yeah, he's probably watching on his phone out in the living room, but yeah, he told me to tell you hello.
I heard him.
Yeah, so he's watching you. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure if you could, he would give you a hug.
I know. Great hug. Great hug. Let me tell you, those are some great guys up there.
Well, that's awesome. I'm excited. I mean, about all these events. Like Nikki, I'm most likely I probably can't be there, of course, but I'm still excited about that what you're doing there. So, but I'm excited for Gwendolyn's event and Bill's event, and then of course, not to mention my annual Virginia Bigfoot Conference happening in June 17th, right here in Virginia. Which I'll be posting some information and some banners you'll see run across the screen. For those who are watching, if you want information, I'll be posting stuff up here throughout the show here. Even though he's not here, I got to do this. I got to promote Michael Cook's barbecue sauce, Sasquatch.com. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with this, I don't know how well you could see this or how you're viewing, but as you see, there's several flavors of Sasquatch. And there's the website. The website, everything speaks for itself. Yeah, Michael's been very busy with this. So yeah, I've gotten to taste this. This stuff is amazing. He does have it. Let's see. There is a new flavor. I think I've had all the flavors he had. Yeah. So, but yeah, he does have a couple new ones coming out. And there's other information I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but I know there is a Harlan County beer company that now has a new beer that they make with Sasquatch ingredients. So I'm sure he could give more details and more feel on that. But so yeah, you guys got to check this out. He does have a Facebook page for this, Sasquatch LLC. So. But the website is Sasquatch.com. So
you should definitely try it. It is freaking delicious. My favorite.
Absolutely.
Sauce. Now, the apple and the peach are going to be seasonal flavors. You're not going to be able to get them all the time.
Right. That's right. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I forgot about that. And they are amazing. Yes. I mean, Michael, like he was surprised. I used to send him pictures of everything I was putting it on.
Oh,
He's like, "Wow, that's different." I said, "Man, it's good on anything. It really is." So,
it was delicious.
breakfast,
marinate
food,
it.
dinner,
You can marinate
right?
it, so it's really good.
Yeah, last year was it last year or the year before? Yeah, when we went to Illinois, we went to a camp out. We actually used Sasquatch barbecue sauce on the chicken that we had at camp,
Mhm.
and oh my goodness, yes, it was awesome.
When
So,
we were in South Carolina, he marinated those pork chops with the
oh
peach.
yes,
It was
oh my goodness,
amazing.
yeah. I mean, the only problem I had with that, he didn't make enough. So,
True story.
yeah, that was some good stuff right there. So, man, we got to try to see if we could arrange that again this next coming October here this year. So,
I think we're all going to be there speaking, aren't we?
yeah, as far as I know, yes, we are. I've been in contact with Dale and everything, asking about other information, which I don't want to talk about it on while we're on live, but I haven't heard a response back from him yet. He hasn't responded. He has seen my messages because I responded to both through a text message and on their Facebook page. So I just haven't heard nothing back. So basically, it would be awesome if everything worked out the way it did last year. So
Yeah.
I think that would be great. So yeah. Let me see. Am I missing any questions or anything on the chat? Let's see. We got quite a few people on the chat here, I see.
They're talking about the sauce.
Yes.
Oh, okay. They're asking about spicy. It's all spicy. Well, it all has its own spice, but it's
all got its own stuff.
yeah. He does have a hot sauce. Yes, I meant there is a hot sauce as well.
Yep. Maple
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's some great stuff. So somebody's asking about what about corned beef? I don't know.
No, that's
I
an
don't know.
inside joke. That's
Oh, okay. I'm
an inside joke.
I'm sorry. I just got.
Behave.
Whoops. Let me scroll through. Oh yeah, Melissa said the black cherry is yummy. So
Yeah. The boss.
yeah.
The bourbon boss is my favorite.
All right, Bill Parrish, stop sending me messages. I'm on a podcast.
Those you just saw that.
Yeah, so well, let me switch gears here. Like I said, I'm going to go back and forth. I'll try to watch the chat. If any of you guys see questions on the chat, if I'm not seeing it, feel free to throw it out there. One of the things I wanted to talk about tonight, which again, I wish I had the image to pull up and share. But this is this most recent one. There's a few of these going around, but this most specific one is an image that supposedly came out of what was it, Canada, and it's supposed to Washington State. I'm sorry, somewhere in Washington State. It's the back image of what people believe to be some kind of humanoid subject, possible Bigfoot. And the people supposedly submitted it to RMSO, Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization. And yeah, I mean, he did a whole video blog on it. And I actually shared just a brief image of it too on my YouTube channel here. And from what I'm hearing, a lot of people are recognizing it as an AI image. Nikki, are you familiar with the one I'm talking about?
There has been a rash of AIs going on right now.
Yeah.
But is it the
Yeah.
one in regards to the one that's actually off of a documentary? It's it just shows
not the-
the creature kind of like it's from an evolution documentary actually.
Is it the one I'm referring to has nothing but tall grass behind it?
Oh no, that's wait. Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
okay.
we were already discussing that one. Let's see. I just found Steve Cull's version.
Okay.
He also has been trying to debunk that, and it was found out. Somebody already found it. It's off of a document. But how do I get it to you? Because
Oh, I mean, I have no way of pulling. Yeah, like I said, when you did try to do the share thing, Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, I know a way. Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna pull it up through your phone?
Yep.
Yeah, this.
Eh,
Yeah, when you do that, I'll put you on solo layout so everyone can see it.
if that's the one I'm thinking about, that was definitely AI.
Yeah, and everybody's jumping on it, throwing something out there about it. But I was actually sharing the image with this one lady who is pretty good at creating AI images. I mean, she showed me she's still learning with it, but she's very familiar with that in Photoshop. And yeah, I was actually going to post a screenshot image that I cropped of what she said, along with some of her work that she had sent me. And she was trying to explain to me about a few things, but yeah, she said, in her honest opinion, it clearly looked like that image was photoshopped onto that picture. But so, Nikki, yeah, if you want to go ahead and do that, let me go ahead and pull you up solo here.
Hold on.
There we go. That's the one.
Yes.
Woo. Oh,
Yeah.
No, there you go. So yeah, that's actually off of a documentary that was about evolution, and I'm gonna track down the name of it and everything, and try to get it onto my show as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
Absolutely.
Caveman. They
Wait
were
a
going
minute.
to Caveman or something.
Hmm.
A species documentary.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay,
Interesting.
all right.
has it right there. It's called A Species Odyssey. Look it up. 2530 at 2530.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't care who you are right there. That's funny.
There's always one in a bunch.
Comments like that stuck to your mother-in-law.
How
much
the hell did
longer.
I miss that?
That's pretty good. I love how people have a sense of humor like that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
5.
Interesting. So there you have it, folks. You heard it straight from Nikki's mouth. So
No, from them out there. It was Kaiju. He redeemed himself.
oh man.
But famous people is winning with his statement.
Oh, Raven Hawk. For those who know or don't know Raven Hawk, she is an amazing artist with her Bigfoot images and stuff. But she's saying, "Hi everyone. If you have an image that you think is AI done, hit me up on Facebook. I might be able to tell you if it's done by the AI and in Photoshop." So, thank you for that information, Raven. So, absolutely. So, yeah, there some other ones floating around too. Well, maybe not quite AI, but there was one of the things I keep seeing pop up are images from the Beacon Bigfoot. That's another one that keeps coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Beacon Bigfoot. All these images, you know. I mean, I got to the point where I stopped commenting under the where I see it posted in different groups. I would leave a comment say that's from the movie Beacon Bigfoot, because there's like they got a couple adult images, they got the baby ones, a young juvenile,
There's 4. Yeah, there's the
4,
dad,
yeah,
mom, the juvenile, and the baby. But
right.
I also got a segment of that on my show, and then we popped out a little segment just of the Beacon Bigfoot, and I've run through the whole thing, who created it, how it came about, the whole thing. If you want to know, you can go to my channel for that.
Huh. Okay. Very good. Very good. Awesome.
Raven,
And then
put up your site so people know how to get to you.
Right there. Hairy Man Hoaxes and Hoodwinks on YouTube.
Oh, you get the Raven on that.
Thanks.
Nikki's new camera looks great.
If you want to know more about that, I can go to my Bigfoot Book of Shame and get it for you if you want.
That's awesome.
This one's big, but I also have 3 more down here that I've.
And wait a minute, what are these, Nikki, that you're sharing?
My Bigfoot Book of Shame.
Oh,
all my shows, all the work I do for all the shows, I put in here. So.
Okay.
And I have that in here. I'm sure I have that. All the information about the guy who did it, and look, I've got Mark Anders, Jacob's Creature, Wild Creek, Marble Mountain, Tom Biscardi, Peter Kane, Harley Hoffman.
You mentioned the worst name ever.
Mm-hmm.
He's still at it too.
A lot of people are still at it.
I can't believe he's still at it. He's so known.
I know I recently had it out.
Enzo said, dang, Nikki is the Michael Scrat of Bigfoot. He also had giant binders of UFO stuff.
I'm a paper person. Everybody knows that. I know I could just store all this shit in there, but I like to see it and get to it right away. People, what is going on? Like
Ravenhawk says that's a great book. You should publish it.
You.
Oh.
Privileged information.
Oh.
You have to watch my shows and you will get all that content.
Yeah, you publish all that stuff with everybody else's alleged content of so-called evidence.
My whole show is based off of you can find this information on the web, on the internet, on YouTube, on everywhere. It is there, but you have to look for it, and you have to notice the red flags and not just accept it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous that if it's too good to be true, it usually is.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You just have to be a little bit wary. I'm a big time skeptic, but I do believe in Bigfoot. My belief comes from people I know who have had sightings, and I believe them. And that's okay for me to say that because that's my opinion. But there's a lot of people who, won't go that, don't do that. I do want to see it from my own eyes, but maybe in July.
Nikki.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Be careful what you wish for, because mine was only 15 feet away.
Yikes.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that. That's not what I said. But seriously, I was always a believer myself. And there's a lot of people I believed in them. There's a lot I'm like, yeah, right, you're an idiot. But, but till I had my sighting, which was only a year and a half ago. And now that I'm a knower, that just threw me so deep into this rabbit hole. I was in it bad enough. Now I was knee deep. Now I'm up to my throat with questions.
Yeah.
But it's your book of shame. I'd love to have a copy of it. I really would. Because these idiots out there that doing the hoaxing makes it hard on the ones that are already out there researching, doing the good research. Not in it for the money, not in it for the notoriety, in it for the research. Like Gwendolyn, myself, I don't want the notoriety. I want to find out, and learn more. But
I just want somebody to pay me so I can go out in the woods and do it full time. That's what I want.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm doing
Pay
it.
me to do it. That would be great.
You know how to do it?
I'd quit my job in a second.
You have to retire and have that income coming in.
Right.
I'm retired and my income's running out.
I had a sighting 2 years ago this month, and before seeing the Bigfoot, I could have cared less, actually. Like, if they found it, that would have been great. If not, whatever. And then I saw it, and my whole life has been flipped upside down. It's been 24/7 Bigfoot for the last 2 years.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
And where was your sighting at, Gwendolyn?
About 1,000 feet from my house.
Oh, crap. Okay.
I interact with this thing pretty much on a daily basis.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're in Virginia?
I'm Pennsylvania. Central
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, yep.
She's Central PA. I'm Western PA.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And my sighting was at Salt Fork, believe it or not, Salt Fork, Ohio.
Yeah.
And I did not believe I was going to see one there. I really didn't. Everybody and their brother goes to Salt Fork. First night ever there, I saw one. So that was weird. And it took me a year and a half to get here to Ohio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the record, if anyone wants to see Nikki's Book of Shame, they are being shipped to Delaware. They are classified documents, and they will be found in a Delaware garage.
Hey, wait a minute. They might have to stop in Indiana because the FBI is there now searching a house in Indiana.
What are they searching it for?
I don't know. FBI's at Pence's house. I saw the thing. First place they hit was the garage. First thing they hit was the garage.
Oh, man. Well.
So we're heading to Delaware. No.
Oh, my. Well, let's see. And the pages will be blacked out. Okay, I'm reading some of the comments here. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Southwest PA. Hey, neighbor.
Like this.
Oh,
Here, I'll hold it up again.
yeah, that's why I put you on solo. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Val, how you doing?
All right. So,
That and my Rick Dyer files are going to go down.
oh my. Now, you've had, I know it wasn't that long ago, you had Rick Dyer on a couple of your episodes, shows that you've done.
Yeah, I had him on a year ago, and then I had him on again right before Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he share anything as far as like what's he up to?
Kind of stuff. He's an asshole, pretty much.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of weird how the second one came about, but on the first episode, he pretty much confessed to a lot of all the shenanigans, doing a complete confession. And after the show, during the after show, after you all get together after a show and you chit chat for a little while. Well, off camera, he stated even the rest of the bullshit was all fake. The temp video, all the stuff with the BBC footage and shooting Bigfoot movie, all of it it's all a sham, the whole thing. And so I was going to bring him back to confront him about that. But turns out he's coming back into the community. And he took it all back. He reneged on that, pretty much. He just said that stuff just to say, because that's what we wanted to hear.
What?
And
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, nope. It makes the only sense it makes is because he's been offered, a kind of a deal, and for some kind of
Yep.
upcoming expedition that's
Well,
arising,
all
and he
I'm
needs
gonna
to save face for that, or he will not get paid. So,
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
Well,
yeah,
that's not
remember.
saving face. That's not saving face. That's making him look more like an asshole.
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah, it
No,
it
Because
did.
Man,
I'm being nice.
there's his
It did.
credibility. He's not going to have any.
Oh, well,
Yep.
he never had that to
Right.
begin with. I mean, he wasn't a Bigfooter in the very beginning when he started. It just happened upon them that they came to the realization that maybe they could make a buck back when they found that body, supposedly. It's called the Georgia Bigfoot in the freezer hoax, but
Right.
it really wasn't in Georgia. So,
Hmm.
right? Is that the one where he made over $50,000 on sharing it around for people to come
he made
see?
about
Yeah.
70 grand off that 2008 hoax. And then later on, during his, he was taking Hank around on tour from the
Yeah, that's right.
coast. That hoax in 2012, well, started in 2012 and ended in 2014. He made 180,000 off of that one.
Wow.
Wow.
Gwendolyn, we're doing it wrong. Jesus.
If I let people come here and research with me, people I trust. I don't like just
Right.
any Joe Schmo come here and experience stuff at my house, because you will experience stuff here if you stay here. And I tell people flat out, if I catch you hoaxing, I will kick you right out of here. Like,
In
that
a
is the
heartbeat.
last thing that I want to be associated with. Like, no. It's going to be gotten the right way, or it's not going to be gotten at all, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm
Yeah.
110% behind
on
you.
it for that, right?
I, I call people out a lot, and I'm a newbie to this game. I'm going to admit it. I'm a newbie, but I'll be damned if I'm going to have these hoaxers and BSers out there making the legitimate researchers
Right.
look like assholes. And I get angry,
Mhm.
and I'll take the criticism for, believing in Bigfoot, seeing Bigfoot, and they say, yeah, right, it was a bear. Excuse me, I've been a hunter all my life. I know what a
Mhm.
bear looks like.
Me too.
You can kiss my ass, but come down to it. I get it. I had some friends really started on my case. But guess what? They asked me how the Bigfooting's going now.
Right.
Oh,
Absolutely.
all right, you be a skeptic, or you just outright don't believe, but you want to know what's going on in the Bigfoot world.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hey guys, there's a question. I wanted to back up a little bit. I believe this question may be directed towards Gwendolyn. As far as the Bigfoot you saw, Kaiju Ninja, could you please describe the Bigfoot that you saw? I believe it's directed at you. They didn't specify, but
They both should.
yeah.
The Bigfoot that I saw was crossing across the cornfield, across the road from our house. And like Bill, I've hunted my whole life. I know what a bear looks like. I mean, I've seen a bear walk upright on two legs, and I'm like, this thing caught my attention because the farmer's not even around. Like, he's got to bring a tractor up if he wants to be in the field. And I've never seen anybody over there. And I was like, somebody's in the field. And I'm like, looking, and I'm like, well, there's no tractor here, And then I'm thinking, is that a bear? And then just the way that it cleared that cornfield in just a few seconds. And it had the walk like a person, only it was really fast, and it took large steps. And I'm not kidding you when I say this, that it had to have been 9 or 10 feet tall. And it was really broad. I mean, like, you could really see it. And I was like, what the hell am I looking at? Like, I mean, literally before this moment, I wouldn't have given Bigfoot two thoughts. You know what I mean? I was like, whatever. And then I'm looking at this thing and I'm thinking, is this what the fuck I'm really seeing? Like I got nothing. Like this was crazy.
Yeah.
And now I've just been trying to prove it to myself that I'm not a nutcase ever since.
I'm right with you.
To answer Melissa, she said, have my animals ever reacted to happenings in the woods? They react all the time. In fact, tonight I took them out to go to the bathroom and they wouldn't leave the concrete patio. They just kind of stood at the edge and stared at the woods. And I was like, okay, guys, let's go to the other side of the house. Like they didn't want to go out and do their business because something was out there.
Yeah, Gwendolyn, when I was up there, when you guys pointed out that field where you had your sighting, ever since I've seen that, and I keep thinking about that area. Next time I come up there and I have enough time, I mean, I know it's somebody else's property, but it's right there on the edge of your neighborhood, right there where you live. I think that would be an awesome area to really stake out and spend time there. If we had permission.
I have permission from the farmer to be out there.
Oh, okay.
As long as the corn's not growing and it's cut down already.
Right, because you have all that woods that's going up on the ridge and that clearing where the power lines run through up over there.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Because I think that area, because isn't that where you said that young kid on a tractor claimed to have seen what he believed to be a Cooper.
I'm not afraid to talk to people. So I saw the farm. I've been for a year was dancing to see the farmer in the field so I could ask him about, I don't want to go on somebody's property without permission. So I see him out there and I stop my car. He thinks I'm a nutcase. I'm running across the cornfield. He's cutting down the hay and he gets out and I said to him, have you seen anything weird, anything that doesn't belong here? And he's just looking at me and he's like what? And I said, well, like a Bigfoot. And he didn't even smile. It was I was waiting for him to crack out laughing. Nope, he didn't even smile. He looked right at me dead in the face and said, well, I did see a chupacabra twice over the last 10 years. And I was like, what? Yeah, he said he swears he saw a chupacabra twice in the last 10 years out here. So I'm like, this is interesting. This went down a rabbit hole really quickly.
Right.
In a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. I was like, wow, that was not the answer that I expected. Oh, Melissa, you and Dave are ready. You're just come on up here anytime you want.
And David will even deliver fresh made donuts from Krispy Kreme while wearing his apron.
Here we go again.
Yeah. If he's still awake, he's gonna cuss me out.
No donuts, no campy.
If he's still awake, I'm sure. Yeah,
we camp out right in my yard, and every time we camp out in the yard, I get things I leave a voice recorder out all night long recording, and we have game trail cameras out, which I have a few things I'll share with you guys. I don't share my stuff publicly, but I got some interesting photos.
I think I'm coming up the night before for your thing and camp out in your yard.
Perfect. So, yeah, there's some things I'll share with you off camera tomorrow because I'm soon going to have to get off here and go to bed.
Yeah.
I got a 12-hour shift for the next 5 days.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Crazy,
those.
man.
I hate those ones.
I had a job working 312s, and I hated that. That was a long time ago. But
I do 712s, but I'm going to Mardi Gras on Thursday morning, so I'm working 5 12s in a row.
Yeah, go ahead. Rub it in some more.
The weather, it's going to be 70 degrees and sunny while I'm there.
Yeah, here in Virginia, I don't know, maybe it's been the same up y'all's way, but we've been getting the mid to upper 60s, and it actually almost reached 70 the other day. So but it was extremely windy at the same time. We had some strong, powerful winds the other day, but the weather was nice.
Ours hit 60 yesterday,
Yeah, we were.
and the
about
high today was 34.
Mm.
Yeah, I was freezing. I go outside and say, wait a minute, the weather changed. Welcome to Pennsylvania. Weather changes every 12 hours.
Oh, my. Let's see.
All right, here, I'll answer about my sighting.
Oh, yes.
When I saw him, I was knelt down with a little scope, looking down the trail, trying to adjust the scope. And out of the right eye, I saw a little movement. So I turned and looked 15 feet away. There he was, leaning in, looking at me.
Oh my God. I
Right on the edge of the wood line. And I'm like, oh shit. And I stood up. It stood up. And I started to panic a little bit. This old man actually ran backwards without falling down. Back up the trail to where my friends were, about 90 paces back. But the next day we went down, we measured up on the tree. He was about right around 7 foot tall, because when he stood up, I noticed about right where he was at. But his physique was awesome. Mm-hmm. I mean, huge. His shoulders around 4 foot apart. You see the muscle tones. His hair is 6 to 8 inches long on his body. Mm-hmm. And it's a real dark brown. And the skin I actually saw on it, his face a little bit, was a dark brown, but not as dark as the hair. And he had an ape-shaped head. I did not look him dead in the eye, so I couldn't tell you eye color. Some of my instinct is that's a predator. Don't stare him down. But I just kept looking at him, but I backed on out as quick as I can. Mm-hmm. And I got back up to Debbie Preggy and Mike Bennett, and I go, late, because it was just starting to get dark. And then I looked at Mike, did you see it? And he goes, I got to see Bigfoot's ass. What? And that totally brought me back into reality a little bit. Mm-hmm. Because I was in a definite panic state, and I don't get scared, but I was panicking. And I was like, oh, what the? And he goes, yeah, it's running down over the hill. I saw its rear end. Okay. And I'm like this now. And we walked back up to the camp area, and Mary Fabian was there. And walked up to where she was at her truck and started telling her about it. And she goes, I actually believe you, Bill, because I've never seen you like this. Because I was all, and it took me a little while to realize I'm not superhuman anymore. I'm just human. and honest to God, you know, I've gone through some really crazy stuff and never was afraid. And that scared me, the life right out of me just about. But on the better note of it, it actually put me in this deep rabbit hole of trying to find out why they do what they do, how they're doing it, and the whole 9 yards. This rabbit hole is so deep, I don't think I'll ever get out of it.
No.
You know, so, and I'm like you, Gwendolyn, you got to keep going forward.
You do. You have to keep going forward. And like I said, I don't share a lot of the things that happen around the house here. Like Carrie and Steve come, they're really good friends of mine. They also research Bigfoot. They come here at least once a month every summer, and we camp out in the yard, 3 of us, and we have had some really crazy experiences out here, and just some bizarre things. And I've happened to catch them on audio, which was awesome. But it's, man,
Well,
I could write a book.
well, you're in a prime area anyhow.
I am, and I don't know why they like me so much, but I mean, I've even caught them mimicking me, my voice.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I mean, I would love to learn from them. I'm not sure how you go about that process. Because I'm still figuring out, when I should be a little nervous and when I shouldn't be nervous, because there's definitely, how do I say it? There's definitely a different feeling in the air. Like I can tell when
well,
they're upset about something. Like if we do something and like we had some trees cut down in the edge of the
mhm,
woods, and I knew right then and there that it was going to be a problem, and they left me know that they weren't happy about it. Like it was
right.
so tense outside that literally you couldn't stand outside for 5 minutes. Like I was like, okay, I'm going in the house. Like it just didn't feel right outside.
Well,
Hmm.
I have recorded the chatter. I got them
yeah,
giggling while we were sleeping. I recorded them mimicking my voice coming from the chicken coop. They watch me a lot. I catch a lot of their eye shine on trail cameras. And the way the woods, when you hit the wood line, it goes downhill pretty steeply. So just I get these eye shines and I go out there in the woods and I try to figure out where about they were standing and how tall they would have had to been, because they're on the downward slope
right.
where the eye shine is. So I
Hmm.
believe there's more than one, because I've actually had them, like when Carrie and I get up in the morning when we're out camping in the yard, there'll be like a single tree knock, almost as if to say, hey, they're awake, watch, they're up now. It and I have pictures where there's more than one set of eye shine that are fairly tall. And
Yeah, that set of eye shine that you showed me on your phone that you took pictures of, that there really is like imprinted in my mind.
I went out
And then,
yesterday and downloaded 200 more photos from the trail camera.
oh wow,
Yeah,
wow.
and there's I didn't get to look at all 200 of them. I got to, like, I don't know, maybe 50 before something that really caught my attention that I'll have to show you. But it's interesting. There's some tree structures out there, like pointing directly at my house. Like if you were walking through the woods and you saw it, kind of like an arrow pointing up to my house. I've had my chicken coop's been attacked and torn apart, and chickens were missing, and yeah, it's been interesting.
Oh yeah.
It's been very interesting.
Hey, um, I've been lucky enough. I live in a town. It's a shithole of a town, but I live in a town. Um, but that's another story.
Right.
But the thing is I'm 4 miles from my where I can go research at the
Hmm.
reservoir, or a half hour to go another way, and I go researching all the time, a couple counties away. And that's an active little area. This guy has over 200 acres, and
Wow.
lady up over his place has 30 some acres, and they're right in that area,
Hmm.
and it's they're starting to get to know me. That where the guy has that 200 acres, because I go there frequently
Hmm.
and go searching around, which is really neat because it's really rural, and you got water, you got great food source. Well, that 200 acres is called hunting camp.
Right.
So, and it polluted with deer, good vegetation for them, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, it's hilly. It got a lot of places for them to hide in too,
Hmm.
and other ones have seen them. Right outside where the drive to go down in there, there's a new bridge, and a guy that lives on the other end of the 200 acres, got to drive clean around and come down this hill and make a good sharp turn to where that bridge is at. He going to work at 4 a.m. He comes around, he sees something, puts their hands on top of the sidewall of the bridge, jumps over the bridge into the creek. Now that's a 30-foot drop with some big ass rocks. He stops his car, jumps out, runs over to see a body laying there that someone trying to commit suicide, and he hears splash, 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 and he looks up, and this big hairy thing, as he puts it, was stepping off the bank and going up the side of the hill. And he goes, I never believed in Bigfoot, but I ain't saying that was a Bigfoot, but it was something big and hairy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went, okay, all right. But
very interesting.
Yeah, but he did not want to admit it was a Bigfoot. And I don't know what else could have survived that jump, with all honesty. And I'm surprised it didn't hurt itself doing that. Because some of the sizes of the rocks, because before he told me that story, I did walk up to that bridge and I was looking down. I went, wow, that's a farther down than you think.
Right.
And plus I was looking for trout. But anyhow, we go back to camp, and then that guy comes, and the owner of the camp had him talk to me about it. And he goes, I'll never admit it was. So there it is. He believes, but he don't want to admit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, yeah, we got a question here. I want to go across the panel. I'll start with Nikki on this question right here. Flat Rock asked, with people starting to use AI, do you think Bigfoot researchers will need to go back to using film and move away from digital?
I don't think that's going to happen, but it is a problem, and we're already starting to see that more this year than ever before. People have got the apps now. They're generating their own thumbnails. People are grabbing those thumbnails and cropping them out, taking out the background and putting them into, regular scenery. And it's going to happen more and more and more. And it's just something that we have to face. Now, whether or not we go back to old style film, 35 millimeter, good luck trying to get that stuff developed without costing an arm and a leg, because there's not very many out there anymore. There are, and you can't find some because there are still photographers who like to use that medium, but they pay a lot for that. They have to ship it out and then it gets shipped back. It's not like how it used to be. You go to the little Kodak booth in the middle of the parking lot and drop off
I wouldn't even know where to find one of those.
Oh my God. Photomat. I haven't seen one of them. Nikki, you're not that old. How do you know about them?
Oh,
you
saw it in a movie.
And I haven't dyed my gray hairs yet. So.
I have a hat on.
Me neither. That's why I got a hat on.
Gosh. Yeah, no, it's going to be an issue. It will be an issue whether people can afford to get older cameras to, or 35 millimeter cameras. Who's going to do that? Who's not a weekend warrior? Okay. And who can afford to do that? It can be done. It could be done, but you need to have sources.
Yeah.
This kind of source, financial backing to be able to do that, because it's the same thing with people who go and collect poo and hair and then they save it forever and don't do anything with it. Meanwhile, it's all getting degraded in your wherever you have it. If you don't have the fun, if you're never going to have that stuff tested, why collect it? If you're not going to send that away to somebody who does have the means to test it, in my opinion, don't collect it, because all you're doing is contaminating contaminating evidence.
Nikki, I got to say something here. And I'm laughing hard because when you said collecting the poo and the hair, I know a guy. I know a guy got several bags of shit in his freezer.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I do
gosh.
too. I do too. And
And it's like, what the dude? That's your food's in there.
yeah,
That's just slightly disgusting.
yeah.
Just slightly. Oh my
Just
god.
It happens, and people. It seems promising. Okay, when you do that kind of stuff, it seems very promising, but you got to think ahead of that if you want it
Yes.
to be viable. And I
Yes.
did that whole show. I did a show called Feces of the Species. And I went and researched everything about DNA and how to where is it at in poo, what's going on, how feasible is it when you go pick up poo, and all that mess in my show. And I learned a lot, about this. And if you don't put those specimens in some kind of agent to hold that hair or poo, it just is breaking down.
Exactly.
And every time you put it in the freezer and take it out and it thaws a little bit, you just contaminated it and
Degraded it and
degraded it more and more and more. And by the third time, it's not worth anything. It doesn't have anything in it anymore. So
Hey, I remember some of that in my science and biology classes. And it's like, come on. You got a sample, you got to get it checked right away.
Yeah.
So,
You
so
need to
get yourself
have a plan.
Yeah,
There are a
exactly.
couple of people out there who are accepting poo. And don't stop sending it to Dr. Meldrum because he doesn't want your poo. Okay. You need to find somebody who is accepting of it. Touch bases earlier, and tell them, hey, I've got some stuff that seems promising. I'm going back out. If I ever come up upon something, can I send it to you? And if you've got a chain there, we all know people who know people in this community. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm sure I could find somebody who could get me in touch with Disatel, or maybe somebody who has other means like Doug Hychek. Maybe I know I talked to Doug once, but I know Jeff Harding from Pine Island Research. And I know Jeff knows Doug very, very well. If I ever had anything that was even remotely interesting, I know at least he could have the hair tested first. Right. He would know somebody who could tell me if it was bear, deer, whatever. Before you even go get it tested, you should be doing other routes before you even go. And remember, it's going to cost $3,000 to $5,000 just to even do that. So
exactly, they're not going to do it for nothing.
It's all about money.
Yeah, and for those who have sent or tried to send stuff in the past to Meldrum, there was a time where he was collecting hair samples, but it wasn't him that was testing it. He was working with somebody. Of course, he preferred if the hair samples were associated or related to possible nearby sightings or other evidence such as tracks. But even then, when they get these hair samples, when they go to do them, they're not going to just run them under the, through the lab. They're going to look through them through the microscope first just to identify them, because most hair samples of any known species is normally identifiable. But then if it's not, then they consider other possible steps. But yeah, a lot of people don't realize how that works.
Let me tell you about this exception, and I'm not picking on you, Kaiju Ninja. I love you. This guy has some poo in his freezer, not his food freezer, he says, but it's of unusual size. Okay. This poo is of unusual size, and it is really weird looking. And something like that, it's super interesting. I mean, it's not identifiable as bear. It's not. And we've looked at his poo many times in many different podcasts. He's brought this poo out, okay, and it is amazingly huge.
Kaiju's asking you to show you the pictures.
All right.
I do have the poo of
Now,
unusual
my one
size.
grandson had a poo that was super large. So,
But then
and
again,
I'm like, where in the hell did that come from?
you send in stuff. If it doesn't match anything in their database, it just stays as unclassified because they don't have definitive Bigfoot DNA that they can
compare.
test a sample or test
Right.
through and go, yes, this is from Bigfoot. So, I mean, until they have that, it's almost kind of pointless to send stuff in because it's just going to be unclassified.
Right.
Unknown.
Well,
species.
unknown primate, as I
Right,
was told on a
unknown,
couple
whatever.
of them.
That-
All right.
that's-
So you're
No.
talking about humans because they're unknown primates too.
Some people I pick up on the ambulance, absolutely.
Yes, me too.
Just saying.
or they could be just some kind of modern day Neanderthal. So
No, I would agree with that statement as well. Wow. That's a big pile of shit.
Now, this does not do it justice. Okay.
Is that berries in there?
Oh my God.
Was that berries in there?
it looks like there's seeds and berries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
What state did this come out of? Do you know?
Washington. Where is it? Oh, there it goes.
Holy shit. No, no,
Yeah.
didn't mean it that way. But
Interesting.
No, I'm not saying that it is, but in my honest opinion, for what it looks like, not that I examine and study poop, but I have gone through a lot of poop on various species, especially with bears. That don't look like a black bear's scat that I'm familiar with, because black bear scat comes in various sources and shapes and sizes and whatever. But being out there in Washington State, I'm wondering if that could be from a big brown bear or something. Because if it, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying there's that possibility. Nikki, I saw you do that before. What are you trying to? What are you doing when you do that?
Oh, my camera gets out of focus. Oh,
I got you. Yeah.
I thought she was blocking herself out.
Yeah.
I can't see myself. I have to see myself perfect. So
Kind of like
I hate to do this too.
Talk-
I'm gonna get to bed.
talk to the hand.
well, I have my old computer over here didn't have to ever do that, but now this new camera I have to. If I move around, it messes up.
Ninja, we know you didn't say it was a Bigfoot scat. You said it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just an unusual piece of poo, and it is.
No, I've never seen a large black bear drop one that size.
No,
I've seen a large pile from a black bear, but not that size.
Yeah, I've seen big piles of it. And the big piles I've seen look like a big giant pile of soft serve, but very few black bears have I seen come in clumps. But
We went through tons of poo that show. I had poo from every animal in that show.
Whoa.
And
So you're saying you was in a ton of shit that night?
we was in it was a very crappy show that night. And that was the running joke that week. So
It still is. It still is.
yeah, it's still good.
they were a bunch of poopologists.
Oh, I mentioned Matthew Johnson's poo. That's right.
Oh, the long one going across the tailgate. Yeah, I remember that.
Big long one. He's got it all in a nice little display case now.
That's kind of disturbing, though. I remember that image.
Oh my god! But damn,
going across the whole tailgate of the truck.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I need to go to bed.
Oh, all right.
9:45 comes early.
Hey,
Oh, all right, Gwendolyn.
hey,
Thank you for
Thank you,
coming
everybody.
on.
Nice
uh,
meeting you, Nikki.
Nice meeting you.
uh,
Bill, I'm glad you're
You
home.
all right.
All right. I'll
have
talk
a
to
good
you later.
night.
Thank you. You
Good
too.
night, Glenn.
Alrighty.
With that, she
But yeah.
said she's shit or get off the pot. She got off the pot. All these jokes are gonna go all night now.
Uh-oh.
Next question.
Yeah, I'm looking at there's a comment here. Donald said, I have here in Vermont, it was doing his duty when the dogs caught the scent. I think he's referring to it.
What?
Yeah, I'm not sure. What are you referring to, Donald? Bigfoot or
Bear, a large black bear. He's referring to a large black bear.
Oh, okay. All right. Interesting. Huh. Let me check something here real quick.
One that size got to have a hell of a smell. I'm trying to be nice, Nikki. I'm trying to be nice.
You know, a lot of
Mad.
while we're talking about poop, you know, I have a habit of looking at, like, when I come across bear scat or coyote scat or whatever. Yeah, coyote scat, I'll check out. You know, I'm always curious to know what they're eating or what they have been eating, because a lot of those show in their scat, as you guys are, I'm sure, are aware of that. But bear scat, I know I've told people this before, and they probably think I'm crazy, but yeah, I'll actually poke around in it and I'll look to see what they've been eating.
No.
And the other thing is too, yes, I've even smelled it. I've put it on a stick and smelled it, and the funny thing is, regardless of how fresh or how old it is, I've never smelt anything out of it. It doesn't have a raunchy odor like a lot of animal scat or even human feces may smell. I've always found that bear scat, regardless of what they've been eating, it's always a clean scat. It's a clean smell. Yeah, I mean, I've seen seeds and berries because that's part of their main diet. I have seen crustaceans of crawfish in their scat. But it's interesting. That's one thing I've always noticed when it comes to bear scat is it does not have a smell. Not like I said, compared to other animals and other species, their scat is very distinct. So, but I mean, I have yet. I mean, I'm sure some of it might have a foul smell to it, but I have yet to come across such a thing. So, last time I came across some really fresh bear scat, it was so fresh it was still steaming. I didn't stick around to find what was in it because I figured that bear was pretty close nearby, and he must have been a decent sized one because we do have some big black bears here in Virginia. I mean, I just up and down the East Coast, well, mainly like Virginia, North Carolina, and even Pennsylvania. I've looked at hunting records. You know what? Pennsylvania's got over 800-pound black bears. Virginia, I think the biggest was maybe a little over 700, give or take. North Carolina's got 700 to 800-pound black bears.
The one black bear, it's got to be 15, 18 years ago that shot was 928 pounds.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
928 pounds. It was got down toward Gwendolyn's way. Because a neighbor of mine shot a 700-pounder. And we thought, oh, this is going to be a state record. It was 700 something, but 900-pounder beat him out. I went, holy shit. Wow. I know how big his was because I helped him get it out of there.
Wow.
Man, that 700-pounder took all of us guys to get it out.
I can imagine. Yeah. Yeah, I got a buddy of mine. He was a former police officer. He's a young guy, and he hunts everything year round. I mean, whatever season is in, he's out there hunting. But he's big into bear hunting. He's got his bear hounds and everything. And Yeah, most of the bears he gets, they're in my he does all his bear hunting where I do my research and that. But yeah, most of the
Right.
bears he usually pulls out of there probably anywhere from 2 to 300 pounds on average.
That's what they mainly go. The ones get is
Yeah,
anywhere from 175 to 400 or 500 pounds.
yeah.
Dawn, Pennsylvania. Um,
Mm.
but that 700 plus pound one, that the kid's name was Billy. God, it was. He just left his dad up on top of they walking back down to get a sandwich. He turned and looked over at the field, and there it was, and he got it. And that's how lucky this kid was. So, and he had called his dad. His dad called all of us, and we had to come and help drag it out of there. But the
And that was
size
in
of those things.
that was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, in the Laurel Highlands. And just this summer, this past summer, 3 blocks over, right near my nephew's place, they had a tranquilize 350 pounder right in town. It came down into town.
Yeah, that happens over here in Waynesboro. They come bears. They come down off the mountain right there.
Yeah.
And what they do, they don't. They'll probably tranquilize it. They'll put a collar or something on it to keep a record to see where it's gonna when they relocate it and stuff like that. So, yeah. But
this one, it was over in Ohio. They said it was spotted over in there, and it came down, which I'm a stone throw away from Ohio because I live right next to the state line. I'm 3 houses down from it. But it came from up over to Ohio and came down over and walked right past my nephew's house. And he had some little kids there. And luckily they weren't out. Or they would have been freaking out. But a bear's more scared of us than we are of them.
Right. Absolutely.
So
unless you put them in that position to feel threatened, but
exactly.
So,
and my feeling is, from the reports I've gotten from people about Bigfoot and the aggression of them, and I believe they're like the bears. If you put them in a position, they're going to get very aggressive, like protecting their young or saving their food. Most of the reports that I've heard and listened to on different podcasts, it was just a chance sighting, and the thing was not aggressive at all. I don't know. Nikki, you want to chime in on that one? Have you heard a lot more about aggressive Bigfoots or?
Actually, different areas seem to hold different. I don't know if you'd call it attitudes. I'm in the Southwest. I'm in El Paso right now, but I have a lot of friends and researchers here in the Southwest, and it's been said that in the Mogollon Rim area and all the way down, they're near the White Mountains. They're pretty nice. They look kind of human, more of the human type face.
Right.
But as you get closer to the New Mexico border, they look different. They're darker. Their coats are darker. Their faces look more towards the ape look, and they are very aggressive. And I've known people to call them the meat eaters in that area.
All right.
And they are more aggressive and tend to growl, and people catch more growls out of them than the other type who, don't really do much.
They're the whoops and the chatters.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's just what I've heard, and that's just from this area here. Also in New Mexico, The northern New Mexico Bigfoot are also very aggressive and have been known to toss camps around campgrounds. So I don't know. I think they can be just like us. A lot of them have different temperaments. So
Right.
I've said that
if they're
too.
struggling for food, they're probably a little bit more cranky. I don't know.
And like I tell people, I believe they do have different temperaments, and you might get one that woke up with a bad attitude in the morning. You know, and they're gonna have a bad attitude all day. Just don't know. Or you can get a rogue one that's mean. Don't know.
We've also heard of other animals that have types of ailments, like again, Jeff mentions a cougar or mountain lion that had a toothache, and it made it act differently because it ended up running for miles and miles outside of its normal territory just to get an adrenaline rush, which helped him probably not suffer the pain of his toothache.
Right.
You know, so we know in life, even in regular situations, that if an animal is hurt, or even when you're in pain, you can be out of your mind, you know, at times and not be your normal self. So there's always that possibility too.
Yeah.
Right. Makes sense.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah. Bigfoot Westford says, I've had trees get hit so hard they fall over when approaching a specific area. Yeah, that's to me, that's a warning to get the hell out of there. They don't want you there. So what do? You keep going and see what happens, or get the hell out.
Yeah. Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to throw it up there. If you're new to watching this podcast, please feel free to subscribe because we go live every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Nikki, I wanted to ask you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Normally on Friday nights, normally you go live on yours, don't you?
No, mine is Sundays at 5 and Tuesdays and Friday mornings now.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Really do.
Mine's our Friday nights at 7 Eastern.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a couple hours before mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, yours is you do yours through Facebook Live though, right? Bill?
No.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
StreamYard.
Okay.
I do Facebook Live when I'm in the Pennsylvania Bigfoot project. I do a lot of lives, but my podcast is through StreamYard.
Okay, but where do you connect it to? Like for example, I'm on StreamYard, but mine's connected right here on my YouTube channel.
I'm connected to YouTube and to Facebook.
Okay.
I'm connected. To my Facebook page, the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project page, and my own personal page too.
Okay.
No.
See, I could do multi-streaming as well. The only reason I use YouTube, it's easier to see all the comments in one spot because right. And some people, if people are commenting from Facebook, we can see the comments, but we don't always see who they are. So
right,
yeah,
Facebook doesn't show the name unless you agree to their policy.
Right, exactly.
That's what I hate about Facebook.
It messes up every time I go to do both live. For some reason, it'll change my thumbnail on me.
Really?
And I don't know what that is about, but it will put my private thumbnail from my Facebook page instead of from what I put on. It's weird. So I stopped doing it.
Okay.
Well, I can't read the names when my screen's up. I cannot read the name, so I got to put it over here on my big screen here or on my other laptop here. And then on the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, I can only stream on there for a little bit, and then Facebook kicks me. Mary Fabian tried to get it straightened out. I try to get it straightened out. I can't get it straightened out. And that's the only one that kicks me.
Absolutely. And John, I want to thank John Ayers for subscribing. And he said that Nikki brought him on. So, yeah.
Raise your hand if I brought you over here.
Wow, look at the hands.
Bill, who did you bring? No, I'm just joking.
I brought myself.
All right. I got Kaiju Ninja. Whoa. Awesome. All right.
I've already subscribed to you.
I know. I was just picking with you, Bill.
I already subscribed to you. That's all I'm doing. No. I was posting all over the place today.
Val, John, Kaiju.
Yeah, Southwest PA from Val. Yeah. All right.
Val, what part of Southwest PA? Give me a county.
Yeah, Southwest PA. That would be below south of Pittsburgh.
Me. No, that could be right below me even.
Oh,
that
okay.
Could be Beaver County. Greene County, Washington County, Fayette.
Washington.
Washington. Oh, okay.
You're about 45 minutes from me.
Yeah, because Washington County, yeah, that's not far from where Ron Howes had his event this past year.
Yeah. Yep.
Because that's right out of California, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Very cool. Huh. All right. Very good. Yeah. Well, for all those new subscribers, thank you guys very much. Like I said, we go live every Friday night. Normally there's a eyewitness that we're interviewing. Tonight's our first in a long time Bigfoot Roundtable talk. Next Friday is another Roundtable talk. So, yeah. Oh, Val says, I know Ronnie. Okay. Well, Ron Howes is actually going to be my event MC here in Virginia, June 17th. He's going to be doing the opening ceremony. He's going to give a presentation at 10 a.m. before all the speakers start. So, yeah.
He's doing a presentation at mine, too.
Okay, good deal.
For a fellow vet. Yeah.
Well, I want to pull that up since that's coming up next month. I want to share that again. Here's the original flyer right there. The Penn, Ohio Paranormal Conference. I put this one up earlier when we were going over because it shows up larger with, for some reason on the screen, with the date and the location. So yeah, If you're in Pennsylvania and you want to come check this out, if you're on the Ohio, wherever, I don't care where you're from, if you want to attend an awesome event, Bill is hosting it and organizing this event, and I think it's going to be pretty big. So
it's getting there. Thanks to you too.
Well, I like promoting people. I try my best to do so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Hickory VFW in Hermitage, Pennsylvania. Yeah. So,
5550 East State Street, Hermitage, PA. 16148.
You'll have to keep repeating that so they can write that down. No, I'm just joking.
Put it on automatic loop.
And yeah, real quick, if you're on my channel and not subscribed to Nikki's channel, you need to go check that out. Hairy Man Hoaxes and Hoodwinks. So
yes. We have a lot of fun. And
actually, I'm going to go do that myself.
Do it.
Very cool.
Come to mine. And come to mine.
Wait, I don't have my do it button anymore.
Yeah.
How about the yeah?
Oh, wait a minute. Let me pull that up. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
I love it. Yeah, come. Hey, Nikki, come to the Agents of the Unexplained.
The
Like and subscribe. Yeah, agents.
Agents of. I gotta write it
Yeah.
down. Unexplained. Ooh, sounds.
Yeah, wait a minute. Let me
sounds
share my
scary.
chart.
That needs scary music.
Yes, it does. Actually, yeah, right behind me.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. So yeah, guys, head over the Bill's page and make sure you subscribe there. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I like sharing and promoting people's stuff. That's for sure. You know, I know people probably get tired of me. Yeah, people probably get tired of me seeing me promote and share, reshare. But hey, that's how the word gets put out there.
Yes, it does.
One of the things I do, like I do a lot of it with my content when I share when I'm promoting my stuff in various Facebook groups. There's a mass tag, and I know some people express how it kind of irritates them, but I can't when I do a mass tag. It goes out to everybody that's in that group, so they all get the notification. I can't single anybody out. So if you don't like getting it, just ignore the notification. It's not going to hurt you. I mean, I mean, if you're on Facebook, I mean, people don't like getting notifications. There's a notification section for a reason, but you don't have to listen or pay attention to your notifications. Yeah. I mean, I get people doing it to me all the time, but I know what it is. So I mean, instead of clicking on it to see what they're tagging me in, I just click remove notification. Simple as that. Yeah. So exactly. I do it to Bills all the time. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, ignore.
So, yeah, Ravenhawk, best word of mouth is to share. Yes,
it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I share the hell out of Dan's stuff too, and people might get mad at me for
I don't
that,
have to share anything for Dan's. He hits my page up all the time.
Yeah.
When he does something in the morning, I'm repeating it for him.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm in a lot of Bigfoot encrypted groups, but I was in a lot more. I've actually left a few because a lot of them have gone to shit, really, because a lot of them are scam. There's some that are run by scammers that post junk, and the administrators are in there just let it keep happening. You can report something, they don't care, as long as their page is getting big. So, you know,
I'd rather not have it on my page.
I mean, in my Facebook ECBRO group, I've had probably close to 6,000 group members in there. I removed a large bit. I dropped it way down to like a little over 3,000. Now it just hit back up to over 4,000 right now. But because, you know, a lot of these groups, they get so big and not everybody participates or pays attention to them and they become inactive. So sometimes Facebook will do it on their own, but I actually go through. There is an option where I'll go through and I can see all the inactive members that don't do nothing, don't jump in there. I remove them because they're just, you know, because some people care about numbers. I care about quality, you know. So
the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project has 17,600 plus. Okay.
Yeah.
How many's active?
2. No, I'm just joking.
Not that many.
I'm just joking.
Not that many.
Yeah.
And what it is a lot of people start feeling like they was getting ignored. So me and Mary talked about it, and we start getting chapters going. And now we're getting chapters in just about every county in Pennsylvania. There's still a bunch that don't have any. And nice smile, Nikki.
I just got my teeth whitened.
Now, as far as talking about numbers in Facebook groups, now YouTube's a different thing. You want your numbers to be large, especially
exactly
for a couple of reasons. One, I mean, when you do a podcast, the more people you watch, the more people you get to interact, and the more people you get to put out information to.
Exactly.
And, you know, and we're not here to convince anybody in our opinions or beliefs on something, but we like to point things out, and that's what we do. Now, as far as my uploads, like for those who've been watching and paying attention to my recent uploads, a lot of that stuff you're already familiar with, and it, excuse me, and it comes from other people. But I upload it because there's a lot of people that's never seen it. Um, so yeah, I've gotten some flack on some of it, but do I care? No, but it's it is what it is. I mean, I share it just to get opinions and stuff. Yeah. Do I love views? Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But if you don't like it, learn to love it. So
Yeah, exactly. Bigfoot Whisperer. I was just up that way about 3 weeks ago, and yes, there was a sighting up in that area.
Mm-hmm.
But I went farther east in the Allegheny State Park. But yeah, there's sightings all over up in there. Exact locations, I got to look it up again. But we went up and did research up. This other New York researcher invited us up to his area, and when we went up, of course, it had to be when it was 19 damn degrees out. But we went up and was doing some research, and it's a very viable area. And we talked to the farmer that owns the land, and he says about some experiences and that. So yes, is it worth going back to? Yeah, go back one more time when the weather's right.
yeah.
Because you can't do much getting outside when it's 19 degrees out and the wind blowing, and doing good research.
Yeah. Now, like tomorrow, I got some work to do that won't take long. It's something I got to take care of on my vehicle that I've been putting off. But I do plan on taking a ride out to my research area. I have 4 cameras that have been out there for a little over a month now. I was going to wait a little longer, but we've had a lot of nice weather on and off, temperature wise and whatnot. And with the weather being as decent as it has been around here, wildlife, it's going to be moving around. And I'm just curious to collect my cameras and see what I might have caught on them. And if there's anything good, yes, I'll upload them. I'll actually put it here on YouTube and then share it on Facebook. And, I do plan on getting out there tomorrow. I need to get out in the woods. Because this week our weather's been great this week. The overnights get cold, but it's been reaching into 60s, and like I said, a couple days almost reached 70. So, which is decent. I mean, it's here, and here it is wintertime, and we're getting this 60 to 70 degree weather. So
Rub it in, Dan. Rub it in.
Now Sunday they're calling for rain and snow, but I don't think there's going to be any accumulation. But it is whatever. So. But I am going to get out there and do a little exploring. So, but guys, we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. It's been a great discussion. I had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. And if you guys noticed, for those viewing, check out the ecbro.wordpress.com. That is my blog site. I've been keeping it active recently. I've been sharing a few things. And it's going to keep getting active. I plan on doing some more work and add more blogs and stuff to it. It's some interesting reads in there. Some of it's not all about. Most of it's about Bigfoot and cryptids, but there's some about prehistoric species. Some of it you may be familiar. You might have seen some of the links. There's other sources like the woolly mammoth, for example. There's multiple links about that floating around. Different social networks of sharing it. I actually shared a link about it and made a blog, which is pretty cool. So, and when I share my blogs, I do add reference links to where some of that information comes from. So feel free to check that out. I try to keep it Bigfoot, cryptid, and wildlife related. So, but definitely check that out. So before we go, I want to give you guys a chance to say any last words. So, Nikki, you're ready to say something. Go ahead.
I was just wanted to address Bigfoot Whisperer.
Oh, yeah.
A really great site to have to answer questions like that is the Bigfoot Mapping Project. You can find that on, online, the Bigfoot Mapping Project. I pulled it up so fast. Right now, you're showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sightings within the Allegheny Park area.
Yep.
Ooh.
2 up near Shango and Salamanca, 2 near Bradford, and 1 again across the border near Otto TWP. I don't know what that is. On the other side of Gilmore. So people are just now finding this site. They're starting to enter their sightings. On each one of those, the one that is exactly inside of Allegheny. Let me see what I can pull up on that.
So, Nikki, real quick, I'm familiar with the mapping project. Bigfoot Whisperer is the one that runs that.
No, he was asking.
No, he asked the question.
Okay. My question is, does anybody have access to submit something on that, or do you have to go through
anybody? As soon as you get on there, it's going to ask you, do you want to put a sighting in, and it'll ask you all the information about your sighting. Super simple. You just put in all your information, and it maps it out for you.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
That is
all right.
That they made it simple. That's the best part.
And I would pull it up, but I can't for you.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah. Okay. Very good.
There's a lot of sightings on here for sure.
Yeah.
What is the red Bigfoot scheme? And he has them color coded. And
probably based off of the class of sighting it might be.
Probably they have yellow, red,
blue,
yellow, red, and they have feet, so it must be prints were found, or an orange, and big red dots. Oh, those are the red ones. Sorry.
Well, I know George Workman has made up one for the Pennsylvania, and the sightings in PA, all over PA. And he has it color coded too for pre 2000s, or is it a Class A or Class B sighting? He did an extensive work on it, and we've been telling people, go ahead and report your sighting in Pennsylvania on to him. Yeah, it's a damn good map to refer to.
Now, Bill, is that a public one? Does anyone have access to that if it's shared?
It is in the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project group. You got to join their group that go into the feature section, and the map's in there.
So they discriminate. I'm just joking. No, I know. I'm just joking.
Yeah, we are. Right now, I'm the co-executive director of it, and she kind of made it the group private because of the hoaxers and trolls.
Yeah,
and which I understand, but she still has over 17,600 members in that group.
Right.
Which is unbelievable.
Absolutely. Yeah, she must have had it for a long time, but well, then again, there's another group I'm an administrator in. It's Bigfoot Believers and Cryptid. I can't remember the whole name of it, but they were new not long ago either. They're already, I think, are over 15,000 already. They're growing pretty good. So which is pretty cool. So, well, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Again, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Nikki, you, Bill, for coming on. And we are scheduled to do another Bigfoot roundtable discussion next weekend. I got if you guys want to jump in on that, that's awesome. I know there was 2 others that wanted to participate with that. So We'll get that set up and finalized soon.
Nice.
So, but meanwhile, I'm gonna play one last thing here, and it's gonna take us out of here. I'm gonna play this again that I played in the beginning, if I can find it. Blah 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 blah. There we go.
The ECBRO Virginia Bigfoot Conference sponsors. Sponsored and promoted by Legit Paranormal.
And there you go, folks. Check out legitparanormal.com. They actually air and broadcast our podcast every Friday night on their website. So, with that being said, keep it squatchy, my friends. Until next time, every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys have a good night, everyone. And we're out.
Good night.
Night.